So from your experience, when you've been mentoring these 75, 80 guys over the last 3.5 years,
Yeah.
from your experience, those guys, what do you see from these guys? Are there any common threads that you can pick up on mistakes that retail traders make? Maybe even what advice would you give retail traders when they're starting, what they need to really concentrate on?
Yeah, that's there are a few simple, basic, I wouldn't say truths, but there are certain basic skills that you need to embrace. Some people have them, some people don't, but they're very easily learned. Is that first of all, you've got to be patient. I think the view from outside of the trading world is that traders are very short-term, very fast-paced. Completely wrong. Traders need to be patient. You've got to be patient to let your opportunities present themselves. And once they have presented themselves, you've got to be patient to let the timing to put the trades on. And then once you've taken risk, you've got to be patient to let the trades develop. Just because you've bought something or sold something doesn't mean it's immediately going to work. This is not a short-term way to make money. So you've got to be patient, and you've got to be humble, because at the Institute, as you know, we will give people a methodology how to generate ideas, try and get ahead of where the economies are going, and you've got to develop your own ideas. Don't rely on anybody else. Your ideas, your thought process, your methodology. We'll educate you along the process, but everybody fine-tunes, and everybody's got a slight different bias of where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are. But the most important thing is that you have to be able to generate your own ideas. Don't rely on anybody else. Don't listen to broker research. Your own ideas. Have your own methodology. And then, once you've developed those ideas, you need to be patient to wait for the opportunities to present themselves.
Okay.
And you have to be patient because we're looking here for anywhere between a 1 to 6 month horizon. So we want to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the market. We don't want to be 3 or 4 steps ahead of the market. That is, as you referred to before, that's investing.
And actually, that is one of the best pieces of advice I've ever been given as a youngster by you. Always be 1 or 2 steps ahead, and not 3 or 4. Because if you're 3 or 4 steps ahead, you end up sitting and waiting forever for trades to actually pan out, and they generally never do.
No, because you'd be stopped out.
And I guess that's actually going back to that point about being patient. Because I think that needs to be really qualified in trading, because the spectrum, and it's called in the industry the investment spectrum. That 1 to 3 month or even 1 to 6 month time frame where you're running a long short portfolio, that can be defined as trading. And the shorter time frame you go below that, 3 months essentially is defined as trading. Anything beyond that slowly becomes investing.
Absolutely.
And that's the 3 or 4 steps ahead and not the 1 or 2 steps ahead, right?
Absolutely. And our expertise and our experience that we've had trading is ideally suited to that 1 to 3 or even 3 to 6 month horizon. Anything more than that, you run the risk of too many variables entering into the performance of whatever your positions are. And you can be stopped out because, as you know, one of the things that we do stress at the Institute, and you mentioned about the mentees, all the mentees who have been through the program have been stopped out of positions.
Right.
Now, this is absolutely key to the discipline of being successful at trading. Every trader needs to be able to get stopped out of a bad position or an unprofitable position. That is absolutely key, and it's a process that every mentee has gone through, and once they come out the other side, then it's on the track to be a successful, accomplished trader. But that will take time. That will take anywhere up to 2 years.
Right.
The mentees, as I've said to them in the mentorships, is that you should be looking to be, at the end of 2 years, an accomplished professional trader.
Right.
It's not going to happen overnight.
As in an all-round trader.
An all-round trader, and you need to be patient with your own progress as you get to that stage. And there'll be pluses and there'll be minuses, but it's a long-term process, and you need to be patient with your own development.
So that's an interesting point on patience. Okay, so before you talk about patience with your process, patience with your positions. But obviously, along the investment spectrum, we're trading the time horizon of 1 to 3 months, and that's trading, not investing.
No.
So patience when it comes to your own portfolio positions goes up to a certain time horizon. But then also with patience, like you just said, patience with your own progress and your own development.
Absolutely.
So I find a lot of retail traders, and you've probably seen quite a bit of this before with mentees.
Yeah.
They all want to get out the blocks really quickly.
Absolutely. And some do.
And of course,
Most
they want risk on straight away. They back themselves as we try to push guys.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen in 4 weeks.
No.
So you think they should be targeting a bigger picture, as in 2 years.
Absolutely.
And work backwards from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My experience of the mentees is that, they're very keen to take risk, almost got to rein them in a little bit and wait for the opportunity to present themselves, wait for the timing to be right to put the trades on, and then be patient to let the trades develop. But as they go through that process, they are learning and developing. And ultimately, as you know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to teach people how to think for themselves, take responsibility for their own financial well-being. And this has implications for the rest of your life. If you're willing to back yourself, that's another thing that the trader must do.
Right.
There's no point doing all this work to generate ideas unless you're willing to take risk and back your ideas. Then it's pointless. And we're teaching people to do that in every aspect of their life.